What's up, nerds? It is Gabar. So, I just watched the PlayStation Live event that was announcing the PlayStation 5, and there's a lot to unpack on this one, so let's dive into it. Now, let me be the first person to say that I was on the edge of my seat waiting for this, so when I found out they postponed the live stream, I was a little upset, but given the light of the situation, I thought it was good for them to do that. So, we finally got that today, and I am more than happy with what we've seen. Now, in the highlights, I'm just going to point out my favorite pieces of the live stream. There's a ton to go through, but there's so much that you'd have to go watch it yourself, and I will find a link and have it in the description below. If you guys want to indulge me in some comments of your own on what you're excited for, I will be more than happy to see it. Now, first, let's talk about the games. The games were really nice to see, and it was good to see that most of them were recorded from the engine that is being used on the PlayStation 5 itself. We got to see some beautiful titles that are set to release for the PlayStation 5 in 2021 and late this year, but right at the beginning, they opened up with Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I was shocked. I was blown away with what I seen. It was very small amount of gameplay, but it looked beautiful right out of the gate for the PS5. Spider-Man Miles Morales looks beautiful. You get to see Miles Morales just standing there giving his sting shot, I believe it's called. I'm probably butchering that. Venom Strike. That's what it is. It is the Venom Strike. Now, along with Spider-Man, the second game that they showed off was Gran Turismo, which looked beautiful, and it looks to play beautiful. I haven't played many racing games. I only really know Need for Speed. But Gran Turismo looks like an amazing game. They also announced that GTA 5 is going to be ported over to the PlayStation 5, and until then, everybody's going to get $1 million in Grand Theft Auto 5 until the release of the PlayStation 5 if you're an online player. So that is nice to see that GTA is sticking true to their people and to the brand that they've partnered with for so long. So an interesting game title that I've seen that I'm very interested in for obvious reasons, it is a game called Stray. Now, I don't know too much on this game, but based on what I've seen for the trailer, you play as a cat. And if I know one thing about people, mostly everyone loves cats. So seeing that and being able to play as a cat and walk around through a city landscape that seems to be set in a robot ecosystem. But one of the best things that I've seen is that we're getting a new Ratchet and Clank game, guys. I'm super excited to see this. They had the Ratchet and Clank game come out for the PS4, and it was well received, but this one is a whole different type of game. We're going to see interdimensional travel, and as they said in the stream, interdimensional travel has something that hasn't really been done, but you can go from planet to planet. Watching the gameplay for this game, it looks to be as though you can shoot a grappling hook at these dimensional portals and pull them closer to you, and it effectively moves you throughout the world over difficult terrain, or it is going to show you a completely new world in general. And while we're on the topic of blasts to the past, we did see a new Sackboy game. It plays off of Little Big Planet in that series, but you do get to follow our little Sackboy around doing Lord knows what. And seeing what I've seen in the gameplay trailer for it, it looks amazingly fun. I just hope that it is a cooperative game. It looks to be, because you do see another player in the game. So only time will tell to see if it's only two player or if it's going to be 4 player like Little Big Planet 3 was. And now there was one game that I seen that completely just threw me for a loop, and it's called Ghostwire. To be honest with you guys, I don't know much of the storyline behind it, but this game looks visually stunning. I was watching it and I was just baffled by how it looked, and that was something that happened through all of the games, but it just, there was so much going on and it looked so detailed, so crisp, so vivid that I couldn't take my eyes away from it, and I was just sucked in completely. Another game that had me intrigued was a game called Deathloop, which is essentially you die, you come back to life, and you go and try and assassinate these people that you're trying to assassinate while somebody is trying to assassinate you. And if they kill you, the game resets, it looks like, and you start from the beginning. You have to get more creative with the way you assassinate people, and you have to outsmart the assassin that's trying to assassinate you. It looks insane, it sounds insane, but I am here for it. I love this idea. I love the idea of time loops being messed around with, but if you relearn what you did before, then you'll be able to go back and do it better. Which brings me into the other game that we've seen that involves kind of this time loop thing, which is another game called Returnal. Now, Returnal is the same idea as Deathloop, but it is a single-player game, from what it looks like, set in more of a sci-fi based world as opposed to Deathloop, which is... Deathloop looks more like the Americanized version of We Happy Few, which looks cool, a nice idea, but I like the sci-fi aspect better. I like Returnal for the idea of a single-player time-traveling experience as opposed to Deathloop, which is a systematic assassination game that you have to outsmart another assassin. The last game I'm going to mention, guys, it is... the words that I have for this game is just straight up hype. Like, I am excited for this game. I am excited to say that Resident Evil 8 looks insane. I am excited for it. I would love to see what happens in this game. There is a mention of Chris, so we know who that is if you've played the Resident Evil series before, but I want to see what happens with everything that was shown in this game. It's called Village, so I would love to see what happens. I know it's going to play off of Resident Evil 7, and we're going to see a little bit from that, but it's also going to connect us to some characters that we've seen in the past, I believe. So this is something that we're going to have to wait and see, but I am excited. I am ready. I am here for it. Let's go. Finally, guys, we're going to talk about this hardware of this beast. Now, as we all know, we do have the DualShock 4. We love this. It's an amazing, amazing piece of technology. This controller fits well in my very tiny hands. So when I seen the DualSense controller, I was super excited. I love the look of it. I love the colors to it. I'm a big sucker for black on white. If you couldn't tell, my computer down here is black and white. All my peripherals are black. My chair is black and white primarily with an accent of red. So they got me hooked with the color scheme. So when I seen the actual system, I melted. As far as the actual design of the system itself, it is a very abstract looking piece of work, but it does it so well. It is two white planks on the side that encase the middle, which is black, which has all the system in it, but has two light strips on the sides on the front, so you can have it look pretty when it's powered up. It's going to have a nice blue hue to it, like how it does with the startup of a PS4. This system is going to carry a disk drive on one of the versions, and then the other version is digital. And I know, we've seen this on the Xbox One, we've seen it on the One S and the One X. Yes, we get it. It's already on the market. We know it's a thing. But to see PlayStation do this is a step in the right direction for them, because not everyone's going to want a disk drive on their systems anymore, because we're all buying digital now mostly. But me personally, I'm going to go with the disk drive when I get mine. Part of the reason why I'm going to be getting the disk drive on my PlayStation 5 is because I do tend to game share with some people. I have a couple friends that we kind of switch games on and off occasionally with. So if they want to give me a game, I'll be able to use it. If not, I can give them a game if they get a disc drive on theirs. But I'm also going to get it just for the off chance on what collector's editions of games is going to look like. With the collector's editions of games, you tend to get the physical disc itself. You don't really get the digital. The digital has their digital deluxe version, but you don't get the collectibles with it. Like with Dishonored, you can get the game and the mask, or with the PlayStation, you could get the deluxe edition of the Spider-Man game, and you get the Spider-Man disc, and you get the little figure, and if you got the console, you know what the console looks like. Now, I will say that most of my games are digital, but for the few games that I will get that are a collector edition, or a game that I want personally, that I want to be able to share with my friends that don't want to pay the money, I'm going to end up going with the disc. As far as we go with the peripherals for the PlayStation 5, you did get to see in the live stream a new set of headphones, a dual charging dock for 2 controllers. We also got to see a media remote for all the DVD watching and so on for the PlayStation itself. This PlayStation was confirmed to use 4K Blu-ray discs, so we will be able to see how well those look on a 4K TV. I will definitely be upgrading my TV to a 4K soon, and I will be putting a PlayStation 5 up to that, and I'm going to make it look super, super nice. But until then, my PS4 with my standard HD TV works perfect. Don't have any complaints, but when PS5 comes around, there's definitely going to be an upgrade coming around. Personally, I'm excited for everything that I've seen in this live stream. You guys can go check it out. I'll leave links in the description below on where you can find this. You'll probably be able to find it on the PlayStation's YouTube channel. If not, I can send you some links as to where you can find it on Twitch and whatnot, where I watched it. Let me know what you guys think, what you're excited for, down in the comments below. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys about what we've seen. And as far as the gaming goes, I will buy this, I will love it, I will have an unboxing for it. Guys, the games are endless here. They have a beautiful lineup of what they have to offer, which is much more that they had when the PlayStation VR came out. I know, 2 totally separate things, but as far as the PlayStation VR goes, we're probably going to see the end of that with the PlayStation 4. But until then, we have amazing content that we're going to see on the PlayStation 5. So, by all means, guys, thank you for watching. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Feel free to like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want. I'm a nerd just like you. I'll see you next time.